let's get him on in. Alright, we are good. We are live. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. We are roaring to go for round 2 of RPL Season 8. And this is going to be a fun race, to say the least. We are here at one of the trickiest tracks on the calendar in recent memory, with 27 corners, the most on its history. We are here in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. Like I said, welcome along. I am Titan Ironwolf here. We're going to have a slightly packed house. We should have 20 drivers competing tonight. We have one that will be joined during qualifying, and the other, 20 maybe. I should have a co-commentator coming up second. Hopefully he'll be joining in. And there he is. There is Layton, my teammate for co-commentary today.
Also known as the Mercedes team principal.
Trying to catch your audio, but it's not that strong on my end, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. Trying to adjust it, but
Why? How do you like it when someone's loud or quiet?
Let me take a look at my headset. Give me a sec. Hopefully that works.
Hello.
There we go. Got you better. Got you better this time. Okay, so last week we kicked off Season 8. We were in Bahrain. It was quite a crazy spectacle. We've seen collisions, we've seen spins, we've seen wild action. In the end, Boss Cookie wound up becoming the 27th driver in RPL F1's history to score a win, beating Cryptic in a last lap tangle up, and TB finished in 3rd. And that is what the points are for the top 3 to kick off the season. In the constructors, Ferrari on top of the board with 40, Red Bull in second with 28, and Mercedes sitting in 3rd at 14. But yeah, Layton. So we are at Jeddah, probably one of the trickiest tracks out there. What do you think will be the best strategy for these guys as they go into qualifying?
I think the strategy will be to try and keep as many soft tyres as possible. Jeddah's normally a track in RPL history that's always caused chaos, and can cause a lot of problems. So I'd expect a lot of drivers to take it cautious. You want to qualify at the front, so it'll be very questionable. We'll see what happens. Maybe we could have a surprise knockout, perhaps in Q2 or Q1.
I agree, and I mentioned that in F2 earlier. Sector 1 is probably one of the trickiest sectors on the season calendar, because you get nothing but left, right. I mean, you're bound to invalidate your time if you take it just slightly wide or take it too sharp in. It's very tricky, to say the least.
Yeah, it's all about precision and always kneeling the whack. One little mistake can cost you 2-3 times depending on where you mess up. So yeah, it's very crucial to always hit 100% of Zinity. Actually does a massive slide into turn 2 and he's invalidated. So yeah, just a little list of mistakes can cost you a lot of time.
Yeah, just catching man likes it. But yeah, I would not be surprised to see at least several drivers invalidate their laps because of Sector 1. And probably during the race, I would not be surprised seeing quite a lot of these guys getting some track limit warnings and some getting even track limit penalties. But looks like our first batch is getting through on their lap times. Cryptic is on top with a 28.8. TB right behind on the medium tire, just a shy below a 28.9. And Jack sitting in third right now with a 29.6. As speaking of the group here, let's take a look at these guys. Like we got Cryptic in the Red Bull, TB in the Ferrari, Jack in the McLaren, Zakaria, Pinarello together again in the Haas, Boss Cookie, last week's winner, back home in the Alfa Romeo, Beatnik in the Williams, was in Aston Martin last week, but got granted a switch from Aston Martin to Williams. Says that the Williams car is quicker than the Aston.
Yeah, he felt he wasn't 100% happy with the Aston and that he could go a lot quicker in the Williams.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in the driver chat. He said that he was about half a second faster, not only Saudi Arabia, but also faster than some of the other tracks. Let's see, we have Luke in the Alpine as Scyther goes fastest. Well, he's making his mark known, that's for sure. Let's see, Zanetti, Aston, Jacob, the Ferrari. TB's called it for Q1. 28.8 should definitely put him through to Q2. The Chiller, other Aston, other Alpine, Maxwell, Wavy in the other Williams, Reese in the other Mercedes, and Tadpole Red Fire in the Alpha Towers. So the only two spots missing is the second Aston Martin and the second Alfa Romeo, which is being inhabited by Blonde. He'll be appearing somewhere between Q1 and Q2. Well, I mean, if Blonde doesn't make it and we go from Q1 to Q2, the bottom three, Layton, in your opinion, who do you think the bottom three are going to be? I think he must have stepped away for a second, but if I had to guess on who I think would be the bottom three, I'm probably gonna say either one or both of the Haas's, and probably. Oh, I'm gonna say probably at least one Haas and one Williams will be knocked out of Q1.
I think we definitely Williams that will be.
If I had to be precise on my Williams guess, I'm gonna say Wavy will be knocked out of Q1. I did speak with Zakaria prior to the lobby launching, and Zakaria's not he's not comfortable with this track, says he does not like it. Pinarello, he's got a setup in mind, but he's just winging it with the setup that he has in mind.
Yeah,
So.
They all depend on stout, really. Well, just a bit of insight. The Mercedes boys have been told to run low wings, so that's an interesting one.
Yeah. I'm on board. I'm on board with Jacob right now, as he's just starting his sector 2 of his time lap. Jacob was on holiday, so he was unable to make the season opener in Bahrain. And even though he missed the season opener, he is willing to put out a strong performance this season. And he's got quite a bit of personal aspects to go for a World Drivers' Championship. That's one of his long-term goals, is to go for a Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, the overall task for the top teams is to win a constructors and a drivers. Obviously, some drivers are better than their teammates, which has been proven prior to this season and round one. So yeah, there's some drivers that always play the team game, and there's some that always play the individual game, which I think over the season we'll see. But I think at the moment, teammates are just going to go for themselves. They're not really going to think about, their teammates. They're just going to think, I want that championship, I'm going to push. But the more later we get to the season, and the more the drivers realise that the constructors is also a massive help, the more we'll see both drivers working together and aiming for that top spot together.
Yeah, what you mentioned is I definitely think that's going to be noticed during the first half of the season. I'm probably going to say, if I had to take a really decent guess, I'd say probably by round 12 is where the teammates are going to be working together for constructors' points and constructors' positions. That's probably my guess, that's where the teamwork is going to start working in.
Well,
But as I made my prediction a couple of weeks ago before round 1 started, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull, those 3 teams are going to be the main ones to watch out for in both championships.
yeah, obviously, every team has a driver that can easily outpace, and they also have a teammate that's always up there. But I think the most dominant team at the moment with the best lineup has to be Red Bull. Cryptic, a driver that's always performed at the top level, a driver that can always fight for wins, but sometimes he struggles with the mentality and struggles to overcome his rivals. But a person like De Chiller, last season he was fighting for the championship until the very end, but he's the same as Cryptic, can fight for that top spot, but loses their head quite easily. So it all depends on what those two do together. But I feel like Red Bull at the moment is probably the strongest lineup out of any team.
Dude, I do completely agree with you on that. I mean, Cryptic, he is a consistent fighter for points. With the mentality getting to him, I can agree to that. I mean, Cryptic, he's gone winless last season, while his teammate De Chiller wound up getting 2 wins last season. Just double check it. Yes, Cryptic hasn't scored a win last season. De Chiller has 2, which Cryptic, in De Chiller's mind, he was probably very elated with his 2 wins last season in Brazil and in the USA, basically snapping that winless streak he had since season 1.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last season that Cryptic can lose his head quite easily when he was battling with Boss Cookie at the time. As we saw for the move into turn 4, neither driver wanted to give up, and both caused a collision at the end of it. So yeah, some drivers do do lose their heads quite easily and some don't. But I think this time we'll see rivalries begin. But a team that you shouldn't underestimate is Alpine. Max Eel, a driver that's ended at the top before, and a driver like Williams, who's a multi-time champion. So a perfect duo that could easily find the constructors on their good days.
Absolutely. Maxwell last season was racing for Ferrari, missed multiple races last season, but he did manage to secure at least one win in Singapore last season. And like I said, working with Luke as well. Luke is, even in some of the midfield cars, he knows how to run up against the front cars. And it's no surprise on that type of ability and prowess that Luke has on him. He has the capabilities of running with the best. Even in some of the poorest of machinery, he knows how to do it. And Alpine is definitely showing that stride, because for Q1 right now, Maxwell is 3rd fastest, and Luke is 9th fastest.
Yeah, Seal, well, the difference between Luke is he's not a qualifying merchant, he's a race merchant. He knows how to perform with the car, he knows how to get the best out of the car, and I think we'll see that in the race. But he is at risk at the moment, surprisingly. Tadpole's only about 10th and a bit off, and Beatnik's actually quite close, but I think Beatnik's actually done, so yeah, Luke could get knocked out, but maybe not. It depends on lap time.
Yeah, speaking of lap times, well, under 2 minutes to go, currently the bottom 3 is Owen, who's currently going through Sector 1 now on his new time lap. Wavy, who is just entering Sector 2, and Zeniti, who's right in the final corner right now. He is the slowest right now with a 31.8.
Yeah,
but
so
even though those 3 are the bottom 3, Redfire, Tadpole, and Beatnik, they're not safe. They might have to have fingers crossed. Zeniti only went 17th fastest. He's got to find at least 0.4 of a second to see himself through. And actually, Wavy's done. Oh, he's crashed. Right at the end of Sector 2.
Not gonna say what I've just seen.
You caught on your end.
I caught it on my end, and if I say what he's just done, it'll get him in trouble, so...
Let me guess, did the car just go evil on him and he just smacked the wall?
Yeah. Yeah, let's just say it was like that, yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, Owen just put it 9th fastest, and he just
put it in the
dumps
wall.
it in the wall and done!
Yeah,
Owen,
come
on,
put it in the wall
man.
as well. He's actually out.
Yeah.
Owen's out, that's it, he's done.
Yeah. So he is done.
Beatnik is through.
He's just gotta hope Redfire doesn't do better than him. Beatnik's got a 29.9. Redfire's is 30.0. Let's see what he's got in Sector 2. Well, he's almost 0.3 up, so I think Beatnik's gotta hope for something to go wrong.
I think he'll be through either way because Owen crashed.
Well, we'll just wait and see on what happens. So Tadpole's about to come across the line now. Oh, he's on a slow lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Redfire now. Across the line. He comes 12th fastest. That dumps Beatnik to the bottom 3. Well, bottom 4 now.
Unless he can improve by a 10, but he's already nearly 6 times down. So Beatnik is going to be out in Q1. So both Williams are in Q1 and an Aston Martin. So that's 3 Mercedes Academy cars out in Q1, as well as a McLaren, surprisingly.
Yeah, that was on Owen because he was through in 9th fastest, but then just smashed over into the wall. So that just ends this today.
One thing that surprises me is TB being 6.5 tenths off Jacob, but this is TB's track. He does like this track quite a lot, so that was fun.
Yeah, he did do it on the mediums. I think he's just giving that a shot to see what he can do for strategy. But Jacob, Scyther, and Maxwell top 3, and we say goodbye to Wavy, Znitty, Beatnik, and Owen. So that's quite unfortunate. As you said, pretty much half your academy is out of Q1. Just leaves just a Mercedes pair, Scyther and Reese, to battle it out. Alright, so here we go for queue number 2. Looks like the Haas pairing are going to be the first ones out. Arya and Pinarello.
I think we'll be out in Q2. Do you have any guesses?
Who I think is going to be out for Q2? I'd probably say both. I'd say both Haas's for sure. They'll be out of Q2. As for who else, I really don't know. I mean, if I'm gonna have to go shot in the dark guess, I'm gonna say Zakaria, Pinarello, Jack, Ollie Red Fire, and yeah. But, I mean, those are just the 4 that I can think of. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go with both houses and pole. Killer. I feel like Ditchler is gonna mess it up. He's at the end of Q1, he was struggling to set a lap. He was in a bit of corners in sector 1, so perhaps, but Pinarello will be the first driver.
It would be a surprise if another one of the someone from the big 3 winds up going out of Q2. We had that last week with Reese, P11, and was knocked out of Q2.
Yeah, Reese is just
I think if my memory's right, he said that he had like a new wheel or something, new setup or something.
Yeah, he has a new wheel and he's just trying to get adjusted to it, so it's going to take him time, but hopefully he hooks up to it quite quickly and he can help Scyther.
That would make sense. I mean, he was P11 from the qualifying in Bahrain and managed 9th place from that. So yeah, with definitely a new change to your setup, it definitely throws you off and takes some time to adjust.
Chilling just to back off his lap. Just to back off. He cut the whole first sector. Needs to back off.
It looks like Zakaria is going to be the first, or the benchmark of Q2, and it's a 29.8.
You know the possible pen.
That's meh, not bad. Jack 30.2. TB into 28s. Just about almost the same time as Jacob from Q1.
Yeah, do you know the possible pen? The possible pen? Cutting a massive corner, and not slowing down, You know, it potentially is. But I have no clue.
You know, when you mentioned earlier on Luke and Maxwell's dynamic in the Alpine. What's interesting is that Luke has some dynamic with Jack in F2, with them racing together in Virtuosi. When I did my introduction on the teams a few weeks ago, I labeled Virtuosi with Jack and Luke as the dark horse of the team, of the division.
Yeah. Like I said to Cypher and Beatnik, F2 at the moment is just not going to go our way like it has for the past 2 seasons. The Univertosi team's really strong. Jack and Luke are a really strong F2 duo. And yeah, I just said to the guys, F2 maybe is not going to be our year, but you know, anything can happen over a course of a season.
I'm guessing you gave that same pep talk to Reese and Scyther in regards to a constructors championship opportunity. Because I mean, Scyther, he has the power to push and go for big points. Reese is probably one that needs a bit more spur to be a more strong contender.
I mean, Reese does have the power. We saw it in Abu Dhabi. He finished second, obviously, in the race due to a penalty, but he has the potential. He just needs to find it. He needs to find that confidence. You just need to improve.
I agree, especially when you're going up against basically not only the Red Bull team of Cryptic and the Chiller, but also the Ferrari team of TB and Jacob. And TB, he had a few wins last season. He's got the like with the Chiller. I would say I agree. Like you said about with Cryptic and the Chiller, he has the capabilities of fighting up front. But sometimes the mentality, it can sometimes he can sometimes get a bit overwhelmed, and it can result in a mistake or two.
I mean, you've just seen it there. He goes P3. He has the pace.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, Reese is put on some strong fight. Maxwell's still doing pretty good.
Yeah, I can't criticize him too much because he's my driver, but, you know, every now and then people need to be told the truth that, you know, sometimes there's better drivers out there that could probably compete with Cypher. But I think Reese is the perfect man for that second seat, you know, and the number 2 spot in the team. So I got my faith in him, and hopefully he lives up to the expectation that Mercedes have. Yeah. Whilst we are talking about drivers, though, obviously you're the TP of Ferrari Academy. What's your plans with Blonde and Cookie if one of the Ferrari boys don't perform? What's your plans there?
Well, we're figuring that part out. I mean, literally both Cookie and Blonde, they both have like an equal footing to fill in for one of the Ferraris if one of the Ferrari drivers is unable to race. I mean, Cookie showed that when he filled in for Jacob winning in Bahrain. And in Tier 2, even though Tier 2 is a little more nutsy than Tier 1, when Blonde was racing in the Red Bull in Tier 2, he showed pretty good and managed to win a championship. Even with some of the not so great machinery, when Blonde was on loan, he's done pretty good in regards to getting points in different types of machinery. I believe my memory's right. I forget which race it was, but he was loaned to Haas, and he got 8th place in the Haas, and even got the Haas in the Q3. Oh! Oh! Azakaria's not gonna be happy about that. He's just on board with Zakaria, and he wound up meeting Jacob on a solo lap. That messed up his time. That was close. Looks like more and more are finishing off their Q2.
It's gonna do one lap. This could be the lap where it puts him through, or the lap that invalidates. The only issue when you go for one lap pushes, you can invalidate so easily. So we're gonna have to see what he can do. But yeah, looks like Red's staying in the pits. Looks like he's not going out at the moment, so maybe he's doing the same as Cypher. But yeah, but here we go. If you'd like to go on board with Cypher and just see what he can do against DB, perhaps.
Yeah, on board with him now as he's working his way through the first pair of corners. Get his telemetry up.
Yeah,
right up to 7th gear and then turn 4.
First sector is going to be amazing for the Mercedes, I feel. It's going to be one of them sectors where we can definitely benefit the car. I'll compare the sector times between the two.
He was just feathering that power through that zigzagging of Sector 1, and it's pretty dang strong. I'm liking this.
Comes down at the moment, TB.
TV is on top with a 28.2, 22 overall for the time. He's got Sector 2.
One comes down. Yeah, like I said, this is TB's best track. It won't surprise me if he wins. So we can definitely...
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh,
Jacob! Quite a battle between them. Oh, wow!
Goes 9 milliseconds.
Well, Jacob just put on a response.
Yeah. See where can Slash go. I'm predicting he goes 4. Wow! That must be an old set, Tyler. That must be an old set.
No, so it's a fresh set. It's a fresh set of sauce. I'm thinking he must have had an issue in Sector 3. Had to start Sector 3 probably.
I'm gonna message him real quick.
I was surprised with Scyther being behind Reese.
I do think
a bit of a surprise.
I do think that's an old set though. I don't think that's a new one. You don't lose 6 attempts in that last sector. Plus I was watching him as well. He didn't make any major mistakes. He is at risk though. He is at risk. Actually,
yes,
nah.
he is.
No, he's got. Yeah, he's safe. The chiller. Oh, he's risking it.
Yeah, the chiller's called it.
He's risking it.
We know Pinarello is out. He's P11. Cookie and Red Fire have yet to set a lap.
Yeah, I think the chiller's just gonna scrape through. Paul does need a massive improvement though. He does need to find that 2-3 turns, I'd say roughly. We'll get him through. Red Fire Tiger is very good in the qualifying session, as we've seen, and Cookie's obviously performing really well at the moment. He wants to show that he should be in that Ferrari, perhaps instead of a different driver. So he'll be wanting to
or
prove.
another big 3 team. I mean, he had glimpses of it, nearly winning in the Netherlands last season, only to come up short against Jacob. But Red Fire really did put on a good performance in that race.
Yeah, I mean, Sadie was there for him, but I went for my gut rather than my instinct. And I went for Reeves. Maybe it was the right choice, maybe it wasn't, you never know.
Yeah, when Red Fire got moved out from Alpine to make room for Maxwell and Luke, I was surprised on Red Fire being moved out from Alpine.
Well,
because I really thought he was going to stick around in Alpine, but I guess the TP of Alpine had other motives in mind.
Well, I think the only reason that Red actually went to... wow, he goes 14th. He doesn't even beat the Hassers. And Zach's actually on a good lap here. Zach could actually go into the top 10.
Oh, let's see. She comes across the line.
He does.
Oh, wow. He did get into top 10. Cookie invalidated, so he's,
Tadpole just needs this final corner. And then he's done it. He's only 2 times behind.
Right now,
goes
at
down
the moment,
to 9.
if he fit... Oh, slip!
Oh, no, it's over. Yeah, that final sector's just messed him up. Wait, no, he hasn't. He's done it.
Oh, just nips him by 2/10. Wait, after sector 2, he was about a millisecond off him. But very good showing by Zakaria. He tried, and he almost had a Q3 appearance.
Yeah. So back to Red though. I think the only reason you went to AlphaTauri is just in case one of the Red Bull drivers can't make it. He'll be the first reserve. So I would imagine that is a good reason.
I just checked the Discord driver chat, and Zakaria's not happy at Deadpool.
Red Fire Tiger won't be happy with that.
Not at all. But anyways, so Maxwell once again involved in the top 3, but it is a Ferrari 1-2 after Q2. And we say goodbye to Zakaria, Pinarello, Cookie, and Red Fire.
Yeah, Red Fire Tiger is actually surprised me there.
You know, I'm gonna be extremely ballsy. I'm just gonna say it. The top 3 for Q3 is the same top 3 from Q2. It's probably either gonna be Jacob or TB. One of them's gonna be pole, and Maxwell's gonna be 3rd. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the top 3 after Q3.
I don't think Cypher did that on an old set of tyres.
Yeah. There's Blonde. Blonde has popped up in Q3. So Blonde will be starting in 19th come race day.
And where's Blackie? Where is he?
Anyways, well, the cars are filing out onto the track.
Yeah, Max Eel is the first one.
Yes, he is. No, even if Maxwell doesn't get top 3 after Q3, I would not be surprised if he's in the top 5.
I can confirm that Cypher was in an old set of tyres.
Oh, he was.
Yep.
Ah, all right.
So he'll have 3 sets of socks. Saving one for the race, perhaps. So that's going to be interesting.
You know, speaking of the race, I'm going up with checking out this guy, Luke. I would not be surprised if Luke tries to. I mean, he'll probably have a better execution of it, but I would not be surprised if Luke does similar to what he did last week in Bahrain. Because last week in Bahrain, he went 22 laps on the medium tires before he wound up pitting for softs, and he went long on those mediums. I was surprised. Oh wait, no, it was hards he was on for 22 laps. It wasn't like I don't know, but I know he was on the harder compound tire for like 22 laps before finally pitting. Luke does know how to save those tires.
He was just waiting for a safety car. That's the reason he went so long. He was hoping that the gamble would work, and unfortunately Wavy didn't do Luke's wish. So there wasn't any. Poor Wavy.
Yeah, everybody's out. Uh-oh! Well, Maxwell's out.
We were just hyping him up as well.
Yeah. He was just taking that spoon corner. He just had a snap of oversteer, and he just went into the wall. I caught it on my end. That is just super unfortunate.
He's on the outside. That's so unlucky.
Yeah. So sadly, Maxwell will be starting 10th place. I mean, I really had high hopes. He would have been top 5 at least.
Maybe. You never know. The Mercedes are performing, especially Reese. Reese is surprising.
Yeah, yes. Speaking of the Mercedes, Scyther is now the benchmark.
Oh.
Wow, we're in the 27s now.
It's gonna be hard to beat. That is gonna be hard to beat.
That is gonna be a hard time to knock down.
Oh!
Never mind. TB is. Wow. Wow. TB just smacked that. Wait, you're not kidding. You did say that this track is TB's ace, his favorite. And Jacob just responded with it too.
6. Jesus.
Wow.
0.6 is maybe hard to I think Jake just sealed it right there.
Yeah, I believe so. That was just
What's Reese?
fiery lap.
What's Reese? She's only 1/10 off of it. Reese is on stonker. No, I think you remember back 2-3 seasons ago where we did a race around here. The Reese was in the Alpine, and he was performing really well. I think this one, Reese is strong tracking here because she comes up to the line. Where's he gonna go?
He just sandwiched the Mercedes. He just sandwiched the Ferraris.
This qualifying session just got a whole lot in it.
Yeah, so Reese went a 10th faster than TB. About a 10th and a quarter behind Jacob. And he is also almost 2/10 up on his teammate. Let's take a look. So Tadpole's currently the slowest, 29.9, but I think he can improve there. Red Bulls are out on their time lapse. Oh, on their out laps now. Let's see what the Chiller's got as he's starting up his time lap. I'm bored with him now. Aspect of it through. That's sector 1. See how it looks for sector 2 now.
I feel like he's fine. Not too much. It just it's like struggling. It's actually not but it does look like he's struggling with it.
Just noticed that. So apparently Tadpole, even though he's the slowest, he's on an old set of soft tires. Kicked it off, and the Chiller, oh, he's 5th fastest.
Not got the pay. Wow. 7-10 soft.
Chiller now. There goes Cryptic. See what time Cryptic's willing to put up.
Cryptic's gonna do
That's a large gap. It's quite a large gap between Scyther and the Chiller, like literally 7/10 of a second.
Gonna do a point. Now Scyther's the first car out in the top 4. Get with Rudy joining in. The Ferrari's joining in. Here we go. This is where I get serious.
Yeah, Jacob's coming back out.
I don't think Cryptic's gonna get another lap. He's done. I don't think the Chiller is either. So I think both Red Bulls have done.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go in Q3. So looks like it is gonna be. Looks like it could be the end of the Red Bull pair. The Chiller is just going back into the pits, so he is not continuing any further.
It's not going to make it either, that's it. Both Red Bulls are done, and Luke could actually jump them both.
That's if Luke does come out.
Yeah, that might be it.
Well, Jack's about to start his lap. Luke is actually coming out now.
Safi just hit the wall. Hit the inside wall. Looks like a really strong lap for Sniper there. Let's see if he's up in the first sector. It's 2 up. It's getting real. Mercedes boys
yeah,
are bringing
he's
heat.
2/10 up in sector 1. Holy hell.
Mercedes boys are bringing heat. Oh, he's just nailed that corner.
Yeah, just gave that wall, gave the wall just a little sniff of the breeze.
Oh, come on, nail it! Oh, he's nailed it.
This is gonna be an interesting lap.
He beats Jacob. At the moment, he beats him. the littlest of margins, but we'll see that it all comes down to this. Oh, he nailed that.
Whoa!
A slide.
He had a little slip in the
Shot into the
final.
line.
Wow, 10th up.
Let's go. Jacob's 3 tenths up.
Yeah! Whew. Jacob is responding to Scyther.
Reese day's done. Reese's day's done. He's finished.
Yeah, Reese is out of it.
He's 3 tenths up in the first sector. See a .2.
There comes
Oh, 0.4.
27.4 for Jacob. That's a nice response to Scyther's time there. Now it all comes up on TB.
I think TB's going to be in that here. I think he's going to beat them both. Oh.
He's almost half a second up. Wow, this is gonna get good.
The Red Bulls are nowhere to be seen. They're
No,
done.
they are nowhere. There goes TB across the line. Wow, by a 100th of a second off. So Jacob is pole position. Tadpole is going to be 8th. And Jack just abandoned his lap. Now Luke is on his run. 4 tenths up.
Jack just gave Luke slip. I think Luke's going to go P5.
At least. There comes Luke. And across the line he comes. Only 6th. He knocked the chiller off. That's it. Jacob pole position. TB second. Ferrari front row. And Mercedes second row.
Very good qualifying. Well done to Jacob. That's a very strong qualifying from both Ferrari.
Absolutely, and props to Scyther for giving it a shot. I mean, third fastest as well, only a 10th off of the front row timers.
I think we're going to see a 4-way fight for the win here, eventually.
Absolutely, I'd say it's going to come down to the strategy of the teams.
Cypher has a fresh set of softs, so I could throw into part.
Alright, so there it is. Front row of the Ferrari pair, second row Mercedes pair, Cryptic and Luke row 3, the Chiller Tadpole row 4, and Jack, slowest of the Q3 runners, Maxwell, couldn't get a time because of that crash. Now here we go. Uh-oh.
It's blonde in the Aston, hasn't it?
Yep, it put blonde in the Aston. Well, Blonde's not going to be too happy.
Restart.
Yep, restart because of Blonde being in the wrong car. Alright, so bear with us on this for a couple minutes, folks.
We're gonna watch the end of Formula E. Whilst I'm waiting. Restart my game.
Fun. Alright, well, everybody has made it back in. Luke is gonna get the grid all fixed and set. And we'll be ready to go for the race. A 25 lap distance event. And this should be an interesting group to say the least. Alright, we are good to go, and Fanflow has joined the lobby to make it a complete full grid, so Fanflow will be starting in 20th, and Blonde will be in 19th. And we are launched to go. Alright, here we go. So we are ready to go, we're good to roar, and we are off to kick it away for this race. And, well, Fanflow got booted out just before launch, so he is not in it again. So, well, we're back to our normal 19. Okay. So, let's just run down the order again. So, Jacob and TB make up row 1, Scyther, Reese, row 2, Cryptic and Luke is row 3, the Chiller, Tadpole, row 4, Jack and Maxwell are row 5, row 6, it is Zakaria and Boss Cookie, Pinarello and Redfire make up row 7, row 8 is Owen and Beatnik, row 9 is Nitty and Wavy, and back in the field is Blonde. So Blonde, Owen, Jack, Tadpole, the Chiller, Luke, Scyther, and Reese, along with Jacob, they are on the hard compound tires. Everybody else is on the mediums. So basically half the grid on hards, half the grid on mediums. So here we go. The 5 lights come on to start round 2 of the season. And it's lights out and away we go. And it looks like TB has a stronger start as they head into turn number 1. 3 wide into turn 1. Cryptic shoving his way past both Mercedes to get himself into P3. Reese and Scyther fall into 4th and 5th. And Maxwell Luke gets spun out by the Chiller.
Yeah, the Chiller's just been weak.
And Pinarello's also spun out too.
Big contact.
Oh, we got a huge wreck. Boss Cookie out, Zanetti out, Tadpole, Wavy involved, safety car deployed at a gate. My oh my, what the heck happened there?
Apparently Redfire Tigers caused all that.
Oh boy. It's not only that, but also Zanetti. But Zanetti is also blaming the Chiller too. The Chiller's got severe damage.
Just about a second. My Indian is here. I'd like to eat that.
All right. Got it. Yeah, we're already kicked off. We haven't even gotten through half of Sector 1 without a safety car. And TB is the front of that group. Jacob is 2nd, Cryptic 3rd, Scyther sitting in 4th, Reese in 5, Jack 6, Maxwell 7, Owen 8, Zakaria 9, and Beatnik P10. And we have cars into the pits already, all those that are damaged and need to be fixed up. First up, the Chiller, getting a new wing and medium tires on. Tadpole's going to be held up quite a bit because his teammate went in too. Wavy also in as well. So a massive wreck in turn 6 has caused a safety car that knocked out Boss Cookie and Zeniti. But anyway, so let's take a look at who improved what from the start. And taking a look at the starts here. Cryptic has jumped 2. Looks like the 2 biggest movers is Blonde and Owen. Owen was 15th, he's up to 8th. Blonde started dead last, he's up to 11th. And the biggest losers is Tadpole. And the Chiller. I did see we saw Jack move over to let Maxwell through. And more cars are coming in. Blonde is in the pits. Red Fire and the Chiller are back in. Blonde deciding to go to mediums. The Chiller has disconnected. So the Chiller has to get back. The Chiller's gotta have to come back, but the Chiller, not an event he'd like to. An event he kind of would like to forget, but it is early, so anything can happen towards the end of this race, towards the race as it progresses forward.
I'm back.
Awesome. So, while you're away, quite a few cars wound up pitting. Wavy, Pinarello, Tadpole, the Chiller, Red Fire, they all pitted. And then the Chiller and Red Fire wound up re-pitting again, and Blonde this time joined them as well.
I think we're going to get a big penalty for that crash, by the way.
Yeah, that was not a good incident, to say the least. Yeah. And currently, as I'm looking at the position changes, Owen is currently, at the moment, the biggest mover with 7 positions gained.
Beating B9, what a goat.
The safety car is coming in this time. TB in control of the field. So TB in control, Jacob right behind. They got Cryptic right behind them.
It's going to be very aggressive.
Cryptic has both. Yeah, Cryptic's got both Mercedes behind him.
It wouldn't surprise me if Cryptic goes for a move into turn 1.
I would not be surprised either, because Jacob is on the harder compound tires, so it is going to take just slightly longer for his tires to warm up. I'm on board with Jacob, and TV is just boosted off at the DRS line. We are back underway here in Saudi Arabia, and looks like Scyther is trying to mount a challenge onto Cryptic, but couldn't do that as Maxwell and Reese are battling it out for 5th place, and Reese has stumbled. He's fallen to 7th. Jack gets by him.
Jacob's going to just sideswipe Cryptic. Yeah, this is not. This is what we meant when we play team games. This is not the the thing we should be seeing.
Way to go. Oh, somebody's off. Pinarello off.
Car, perhaps.
Don't see it happening just yet, but Scyther mounting a challenge on Jacob as they head into, I believe that's turn 13 they're heading into, and Scyther is ahead. Cryptic is off into second place. TV almost 3.5 seconds ahead of Cryptic. And it looks like Maxwell has just cleared Jacob. Those hard tires are not playing nice to Jacob at this moment.
An Indian.
Meanwhile, further back, Reese gets back his 6th place, taking
Jacob has damage.
Jack, and Jacob squeezes Reese out of an attack for P5. And Jacob is heading in. Something must have happened. It must be. But Jacob coming in. No, he's just getting a tire change. He's off to the mediums now. But TB is now, TB in the lead, 2.6 seconds clear of Cryptic. Scyther trying to mount a challenge on Maxwell for P3. Meanwhile, Luke, looking to mount a move on Owen into 11 for P7. And Luke is through. Luke's through to P7, and Beatnik and Blonde are fighting it out for P11. Blonde gets ahead.
Beatnik doesn't give up easily.
No, he does not. It looks like Maxwell is starting to slightly pull away from Scyther. Try to break that 1 second DRS mark. DRS will come in active next lap. Meanwhile, Tadpole and Zakaria. This is a fight for P9. As Tadpole tried to sneak a peek, but couldn't do so at this moment. As these cars are shuffling on through into place.
Unless
Jacob currently fastest.
Unless Jacob has damage and it hasn't repaired it.
I didn't see. When he pitted, the only thing that he did was just change from the hard tires to the medium.
He's done. His day's done. Yeah, he's got wing damage. He hasn't repaired it. His day's done. Yeah, it didn't repair it.
Okay. So, yeah, I think in Jacob's mind, he's just got to hope for the safety car. That's what he's got to hope for.
Otherwise, his day's over. Like, that's it. Over.
I mean, Jacob's having a rough day. The Chillers had a rough day.
This is big for constructors.
That does. I mean literally right now, Scyther and Reese, they got 22 points at this moment where they are. So they're running 4th and 5th, but it is only lap 5 of this race, so anything can change in the next 20-ish laps.
Pfeiffer's not going to overtake Maxfield because he's working with Maxfield to catch up to Cryptic.
It's a possibility, yes. Tadpole is starting to get annoyed being behind Zakaria. Zakaria's hanging on pretty decently in the midfield. And he tried to sneak a peek to go against Owen, but didn't have enough giddy up to go for a shot.
Luke's on the back of Reese. This will be an interesting battle.
Well, that should be an interesting fight. I mean, Luke having his fun and time in the Alpine, going up against the Mercedes, a car that he's won a lot of races in and 2 drivers' championships with. One of those seasons being season 3, where he won 16 races that season. So Luke knows the strengths and the weaknesses of the Mercedes. Tadpole now can breathe.
Yeah, he'll be pushing up to Eon.
As Zakaria, he's got Blonde right behind him, so my guess is probably Blonde would probably have to ask Zakaria to move over and let him through, as Blonde is in the faster Alfa Romeo. That's a fight right at the back of those points. And looks like Luke is going for a shot against Reese. He's ahead. Luke up to P5. As Zakaria and Tadpole are brawling. Zakaria forced to cut turn 2. Oh boy, almost 3 wide heading into turn 3. But Tadpole and Zakaria having a scrap. Blonde is right behind, so Blonde going on for an outside shot. Gets himself into the point. Zakaria lets him by. Well, Blonde now going to put some pressure on Tadpole. And that will be a fight for 9th place between those guys.
It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Tadpole in a top seat next season in F1. It wouldn't surprise me.
It is quite doable. You never know what could happen.
If you're there for tier 2, you'll know why I've said that.
Unfortunately, I work Friday, so the only times I will be able to see tier 2 is if I have a day off.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if Tadpole's in the top seat next season.
Oh, this is interesting. Beatnik and DeChiller fighting. That's kind of funny. Beatnik and DeChiller fighting.
Look at the straight line speed of that Red Bull. Ridiculous.
Red Fire just put Beatnik to shame. Beatnik falls to 14th, and DeChiller clears Zakaria for P11. Meanwhile, towards the front of the field, TB, as Zakaria goes into the penalty club. Same with Red Fire. Anyways, TB 5 seconds up on Cryptic right now. And Scyther is trying to close in Maxwell. And Maxwell's just a steady 2 seconds back from Cryptic. Well, looks like we got round 2 between Reese and Maxwell, Reese and Luke. Reese, DRS around the outside, retakes 5th place.
I'll finally finish my
Blonde trying to do the same. Scyther is now ahead of Maxwell. Tadpole gets overtaken by Blonde for P9. And lets his teammate DeChiller through for 10th.
This is where the hards are going to be better than the mediums.
Absolutely. Reese is caught in the middle of is literally the filling of a Alpine Academy sandwich. He's got 2 Alpines ahead of him and 2 McLarens behind him. Talk about a monkey in the middle situation there for Reese. Yeah, Scyther was definitely biding his time.
He's going to do. Cypher's going to do hard to Cryptic. He's going to do hard soft. He had the first set, so gonna work out for him.
Yeah, he does.
It looks
Definitely
like
see
Reese
how
is
well
just
that
gonna,
will work.
yeah, Reese is just gonna work with Luke here. Oh, and he goes a bit deep.
Yeah, slightly wide as Scyther goes fastest of the race, 31.6.
Oh, we've got a little battle on our hands here.
Yeah,
Oh, and Reese was switcheroo.
Reese was trying to sneak a shot on Luke, trying to have him throw off his game. And Beatnik is in the pits now. The first of the medium tires. He's taking off on the mediums. He's the first one. And Blonde has gone spinning. Blonde spins in turn 7. That is very unfortunate for Blonde. He was in P9 prior to that. Well, he caught a bit too much curb, and around he went. But the Chiller is now back in the points, so the recovery game is active for the Chiller, and Scyther is in DRS range against Cryptic.
The issue is how quick can he get past Cryptic and push?
Well, they both have their overtakes active. Scyther has like 6% left. And Cryptic's not faring that much better. 11% into turn 1.
I think TV's going to go onto the hards, so Cypher just needs to push and wait for them softs. And then I think it's going to be hammer time as soon as he goes onto them.
That is the possibility. I mean, it could be that it could happen that way, or I don't know. A surprise safety car could probably change up the dynamic of that one.
The thing with Cypher going on
Tadpole's
hards,
in the penalty club.
the thing with Cypher going on hards is if he pits, he can go on mediums. He's fine. But if you go on hard, they're screwed. So either way, at the moment, if the safety car comes out, it's going to work for the hard runners, and we've got Spinner. Blonde actually got again, and Wade's up to B12.
Yeah, this time just between turns 9 and 10 for Blonde spin.
Looks like Blonde's not having the round 2 that he would have wanted.
Nah, I mean, like I say, he did spin out from 9th place in turn 7, so it's not looking too good for Blonde.
Luke's pulled the DRS.
Scyther.
Maxiel comes in.
Whoa, Maxwell's in.
It's a very early pit stop.
He's onto the hard tires. He is gonna come out between. He's gonna come out behind Red Fire. Yep, he's going into turn 1 now. He's got a very nice, comfortable gap between himself and Red Fire. Not Red Fire, Wavy. Yeah. Getting on board with Jack, just really pushing that track limit right at the end of sector 1 to try to close in on Reese. It's in DRS range. Both on the same hard compound tire, so this comes down to the skill of those two drivers to see who will prevail in this battle. It is a fight for P5. Fortunately, at the end of DRS straight number 1, Jack is not there yet. May fancy a different shot going into the final corner.
I think Cryptic might pit here. Yeah, he does.
Cryptic is in, okay.
He has to cover off Maxiel.
That's my best guess, and probably that's going to mean TB is going to respond to Cryptic's pit. And Tadpole is in. Catching that in the background.
TB doesn't have to pit because he had a 7.5 second gap. He has the gap for it.
Cryptic comes on 8 ahead of Red Fire.
Killer can actually go to the end if he wanted to, but I don't think he will.
How old is his?
12 lap free.
12 laps. Alright, well that's gonna be an interesting sight there.
Killer is in the fight for P4 or P5.
Yeah, I mean literally Jack, Reese, and Owen, they're in a scrap on their own. Luke is pretty much pulled away. Scyther's about 9 seconds behind TB, and TB is coming in. He responds to Cryptic's pit. So Scyther will inherit the lead of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
He needs to get out ahead of Reese Dainty.
He's gonna have to put some power down. There goes Luke. Here comes Reese now.
All about that tyre warm-up phase. This is where TB could get screwed.
TV is ahead by about nearly a second and a half. So TV responds well to Cryptic.
That's what the Met boys were trying to do, trying to get lead to TB.
Now this is going to be a sense of deja vu because in order to do a bit more ground catching up
Reese nearly spins.
after he pits.
Reese has a moment and he nearly spins.
Oof, that would have sucked if he did. Red Fire and Maxwell are fighting for P9. But anyways, deja vu again on TB's part. Because last week in Bahrain, he was behind Luke, and Luke held him up for a couple laps. That resulted in him having to deal with a fight against Scyther right at the end last week. So, in TV's mind, he's going to say, I got to get past Luke as quickly and efficiently as possible. Jacob has gone into the penalty club now. 4 drivers in the penalty club.
I don't think it's the same. Reese pits, he'll be going on to the mediums. I don't think it's the same as what Luke did last week. I don't think his teammates as close as what he was in Bahrain. I don't think he's going to hold him up as much, but maybe he'll.
Reese is in, and he's getting a wing change too.
I think he hit the barrier by accident.
Maybe.
That's not going to be good for him.
So he's going to be behind Jack, and Red Fire is in on his second stop. Going to a new set of mediums. And Reese is going to come out in P11.
Wavy will let him go.
Just behind Wavy.
Yeah, Wavy's
going to let him through.
Teamwork there by Wavy.
Yepper. Red Fire is in P12. And he's got Zakaria and Beatnik behind him. And Jack came out of the pits in P8.
I don't know if Reese had damage the whole race or when he dropped off the Luke, but I think he'll start pushing more. I think we'll see a lot more quality pace from Reese now that he's got that wing change as Blonde joins the 3-second club.
Yeah. I'm not surprised because I did say earlier that Sector 1 is where most of them are from.
Luke is going to box. Yeah, he's not going to fight it. Eon's going to pit as well.
Yep, Owen is in.
Chiller's going to stay out.
The Cho's staying out, and TB, now with clean air, can start hunting down Scyther. 7 seconds. Let's see where Luke and Owen are going to be coming out. Well, Luke is in 6th, and Jack is going to come out ahead of his teammate. Owen slides into 8th place with Tadpole right on his tail.
I don't know if the chiller's going to go to it or not, but he's recovered quite well.
Yeah, he has recovered pretty well. Involved in that lap 1 crapshoot, that we could just say. Lap 1 crapshoot. Multiple stops, and he's up into P3 because of it. TB is hanging around 6.8 seconds behind. And Scyther is coming in.
The question is, where does he come out? Does he come out ahead of Matteo or behind him?
That is gonna be the trick. That's gonna be the trick question. Let's see what happens. Here comes the Red Bulls. The Chiller inherits 2nd. Cryptic goes ahead. The Scyther is gonna be behind. Cryptic.
He has 11 seconds to catch TP. I think 2nd, the realistic goal for Scyther today.
And his teammate just set the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, Reese is
30.4. Alpines are not doing too bad right now. Maxwell's sitting in 5th. Luke's sitting in 6th. They're not doing too bad so far this race. If I'm a betting person, I'm probably going to say Cryptic is going to try to get past the Chiller. Maybe not. Here comes Scyther now to go for a shot against both Red Bulls. They both block him up. Oh, little contact.
Very close.
That was pretty close. Slight contact between both of them. And Cryptic is trying to put a fight as they head into turn number 1. Unfortunately, Scyther makes that 2nd his. Now Scyther, 10 seconds behind TV. The question is, can Scyther reel TV in for a win with only 6 to go?
They'll need to gain 2 seconds a lap.
And the Chiller's now in the penalty club. And at the moment, if the race ended now, the Chiller would lose 4th place to Maxwell. Looks like we have a fight towards the back of the points markers. Owen has Tadpole in his sights, and Reese is right with him. On board with Reese. He gets the DRS support. Send that shot on the inside. No, backs out. He's deciding to wait in the next zone for a shot on Owen. Got that overtake up. Well, Scyther fastest lap. As Reese gets past. Tries to make it 2 for 1.
No, he's going to wait for the DRS and then get Tadpole.
Yeah, he got past Owen, but just short against Tadpole, but he will get him here. And I think Owen is going to follow him. Oh boy. I thought Owen was going to make a shot for 3 wide as Owen sends a dive shot.
Got a penalty.
Maxwell in the penalty club, and Owen just not close enough to warrant a shot. Beatnik and Zakaria are battling it out for 12th place. Oh, Beatnik and Sicario still side by side as they head into turn number 4. Beatnik is ahead. And Jacob has pit again, this time for Sauce. He's going to do the same thing that Beatnik did last week. He's going to steal fastest lap from the rival teams. Fastest lap is a 30.4. Right? No, a 29.5.
And the Chiller. I meant Max Steele gets past the Chiller.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Scyther has the fastest lap with a 29.5. Jacob just got soft tires, so he's going to push for fastest lap to steal it from Scyther.
Chiller and Max Steele again.
Only 4 to go.
Oh,
yeah.
Steele does break a little bit late.
Oh boy. Well, Maxwell stays ahead. Now Luke is giving the Chiller some pressure. Ever since he pit, Scyther has only gained 2 seconds in the last 3 laps. And the Chiller lets Luke by. I'm thinking those hards that the Chiller's on are just about torn to shreds. So maybe the Chiller might consider going for, might pit for Sauce and maybe do the same as Jacob. Try to swipe fastest lap.
It'll be very, very quick.
Should be interesting in itself, and going back to the towards a bit towards the back of this group. Tadpole under pressure against Owen again. This time for going for 9th, and Maxwell. Looks like Alpine teammates are gonna fight for 4th place. And in turn 1, Owen clear of Tadpole. Given how late of the race it is, there is going to be no chance of a safety car this time, as Jacob puts in the fastest lap, a 28.8. 7/10 faster than Scyther's time. As Scyther has only gained a few more tenths on TB. While Redfire and Jacob are battling right at the back of this group. Luke, still.
Jacob just took him out.
Wait, Jacob got Redfire.
Yeah, he took him out.
I say payback's a bit of a B, but
I agree with you this time. I'm as a bitch.
Probably Redfire's not going to be happy.
Yeah, deserves it. What he did at the start.
Can't say I blame you for that one.
You make friends in F1, you're only making enemies. And that's what he's done ever since he's been in RPL.
That is true.
3 seconds.
Oh, Luke's in the Pellet Club.
Chiller's at risk from losing P6.
Yes, he is. Jack's keeping good tabs on him.
Reese is in the DRS now with Jack, so Reese couldn't actually get up to P6 maybe.
That is possible. I mean, well, yeah, the Chiller is now under 3 seconds behind, ahead of Jack.
Chiller's not finishing P6. Hasn't got the tyres for it.
I think the Chiller's probably going to be falling to P8 by the looks of it.
He has the DR. He has the he has the straight line speed, but he doesn't cornering. So yeah, he'll lose that. So Jack's going to recover, and we've got a spinner. Looks like he's Jacob.
Yeah.
Done at the hairpin.
Yes, he has.
He's dead today. P16.
He's catching that in the.
At least he held TB. TB will be thankful. He gained 4-second lead. Jacob's antics at the start, so he'll be grateful. But yeah, he's recovering from wing damage to P6 is a strong result for him. Be a confidence booster for him.
Agreed. Maxwell is under immense pressure against his teammate. Maxwell really wants to keep that 4th place.
Killer, another penalty.
Yeah, another penalty.
He's at risk from Owen now. Maybe even
yeah, he is. Let's see, 9/10 of a second from behind, ahead of Jack. 1.3 ahead of Reese. 4 ahead of Owen, and just under 6 ahead of Tadpole. Oh yeah, the Chiller could fall to P10 now.
Look at
And
the corner.
TV.
Look how he takes the corner, and the Chiller's just got the pace. And
TB just starts the final lap.
Reese with a double.
Wow,
Reese
got both of them.
Get past Max Deal on the straight. Jack will be fuming.
I mean, full props to the Chiller. He gave it his best, but those hards are just crying.
Jack's not going to be happy.
Not at all.
He had the chance for P6.
Chiller's trying a last-ditch effort against Reese.
Yeah, there we go. P6 for Reese. That's a strong result. Why? Surely that's not allowed.
What?
He just let Jack go. Like, he just let him go. Surely it's not allowed.
Oh, those tires are pretty much screaming. They're pretty much dead.
He goes for a fight against Reese, but he doesn't fight Jack. So, surely it's something just not allowed kind of section. As Zakaria's binned it, in fact.
Yes, he does in turn 3. But there he comes as he comes out of the final corner. Plays it smooth. Unfortunately, didn't have his teammate to help him. Ferrari gets 2 in a row to kick off the season. TB wins in Saudi Arabia. And Scyther, podium last week, 2nd place this week. And Cryptic is gonna be 3rd. So good job for those 3. Here comes Luke and Maxwell. Good work from Alpine. P4 and P5 for those 2 respectively.
Looks like
Reese
he's
comes
with
across the
P6.
line. He'll be P6. Jack in P7. The Chiller will cross the line P8, but Owen will take that P8. Tadpole will be P.
He slowed down
Actually,
a bit.
Tadpole slowed, yeah.
End.
Yeah, to let the Chiller stay P9. So Tadpole P10. And the rest of the field when they come across. Blonde P11, just short of a points finish. Beatnik will be P12. Zakaria is going to be P13.
In terms of drivers,
and Red Fire to finish it off.
In terms of drivers, TB will be first, Cryptic 2nd, Cypher 3rd. The Chiller's not going to be anywhere near the top 6 in the drivers.
Yeah, and Maxwell driver today, according to the game. What an interesting race. Lap 1 destruction. just chaotic mess. And TB is the winner. The Ferrari goes 2 for 2 in regards to racing in F1. Well, good props to Scyther to give it his best, finishing second. Good work on him. And Cryptic, nice charge at the start. P3 was a good finish for him. But there it is. Again, the top 10. TB on top. Scyther second. Cryptic third. Luke 4. Maxwell 5. Reese 6. Jack 7. Owen 8. The Chiller 9. And Tadpole in P10. That is going to conclude the stream for today. So, let's take a look at the next week's schedule for the events. Friday for Tier 2, they will be racing around the Suzuka circuit in Japan for next Friday. Next Saturday, F2 will be racing around in Imola, but F1, they're going to be racing around the streets of Melbourne. Oh. I will say, Layton, that was probably a unique race, to say the least.
Yeah, it was very entertaining on all parts.
Yeah, and I just want to give my thanks again for teaming up with me for commentary today. It was wonderful to have your words involved in this stream.
No bias.
I just have to be nice at least. But from ETS night, and have a good one.
Adios.